You know who Nate Diaz is? If you don't know, Nate Diaz was the guy that choked out Conor McGregor, right? And Conor McGregor is an elite fighter as well. See how Conor walked out that fight and see how this dude got out the fight. Peterson got out safely.
Sir, yes, sir. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share. As RJ said, let's continue with the show. So basically, we see that there is a Nate is more on the defense right here. So he's not the one assaulting. Well, he's not the one attacking Rodney. He's more the one protecting himself from Rodney. And if I'm not mistaken, RJ, Louisiana is a stand your ground state, right?
Yeah, from what I read, it is a stand your ground state. And but let me talk first, perhaps about the some aspects that play a role in this situation, because you have the self-defense argument that Nate will most
Likely.
likely use.
Mm-hmm.
And self-defense basically means, I mean, there are a couple of elements. First of all, it really needs to be defense. So it can be that someone did something to you, turned away, and you went and
Clocked him in the head.
yeah, or you went to seek, you try to seek revenge, right? So
Mm.
there needs to be an imminent danger. That's one of the criteria. Not only does it need to be an imminent danger to yourself or your property or someone else, but there also needs to be your reaction needs to be proportionate.
Mm.
Uh, and that means, what is proportionate? Proportionate means that if you had the opportunity to walk away or to run, then you should have done so, right? So if so in this case, it's clear that Nate had was in imminent danger. The environment he was in, you could clearly see a lot of people who were fighting in the streets around him, and so that's dangerous in itself. Nate trying to walk around the fight, trying to avoid the fight, which clearly shows that he was trying to walk away, and him being pursued by someone who we later found out was Rodney Peterson. Uh, I don't think he's a professional MMA fighter like the video says, but he is an MMA fighter. He is definitely a practitioner of martial arts, uh, jiu-jitsu, uh, boxing, and MMA. So he is a fighter. Uh,
Maybe, maybe MMA fighter is the new rapper. You drop two songs, you're a rapper these days. So
yeah. So whatever the case may be, he tried to. So I think there was imminent danger present. Could Nate have ran away or walked away? I would argue that I mean, he could have, perhaps he could have ran, but at that particular time, I think it's safe to say that he
could he
was
have though? In that situation with all those
the
fights,
prosecutor would say that he could have. They always say that because technically speaking, he could have. The question is whether that would have been the right thing to do. Because as you say, they were people fighting. But if you show the video, he could have ran to the right or to the left. But
really?
KR,
Let me see.
yes,
Let me take a look. Let me take a look. No, he's here. He's walking around. The guy is pursuing him. He's looking his way. So
keep going, keep going,
Rodney,
keep going.
yeah, he's here.
Yeah, keep going,
Rodney is walking towards him.
keep going.
Here, let's see. Before you know, he's here. He's standing here. This guy's this guy is doing. He's trying to fight. Is he trying to fight Rodney?
I think I think he doesn't know if Rodney
He's trying
was
to
coming
attack
for him.
him.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he pushed Rodney out of the way. Yeah,
So we,
yeah, but KR. So what I'm trying to say is, look, go back, just a bit. I'm trying to say, yeah, he could have run. First of all, let's just say the footage is bad.
that's that's what I said,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, but KR. So it's important in situations like this to think when argument. I'm not saying I think so. I personally think that he did the right thing, but I'm saying you need to look at it as objectively as possible. The prosecutor will say that he could have ran, and he would point to spaces in the crowd. That's the first thing. Second of all, you don't know what was behind him. Maybe there was no crowd behind him, but I think from the so that's what I'm saying. But I think based on the situation on the video, it was fairly reasonable, or at least it's reasonable to assume that anyone in that particular situation would have done the same. I know that I would have. You just put your hands up because some. I mean, even the dude in the white in the white T-shirt put his hands
He
up
was being attacked by
when he
Rod.
thought.
Oh no, you're not attacking me. Let me go out of the way because I'm not the I'm not gonna be the victim here.
Yeah. So I think it was fair to say that he he he, he, he had to fight. The
It
question
was
then becomes is whether the way he fought was reasonable or not. In my opinion, there were two options. Either you choke him out like he did, or you start throwing punches. Now, guys, if you don't know who Nate Diaz is, just go look at some fights and ask yourself whether you would want him to punch you or put you to sleep. Because this guy is a savage when it comes to fighting. So he actually did the best thing, in my opinion, that he could have done in that situation, which was take the arms out of the way, take the arms out of the equation, go for the guillotine choke. The dude was down within 10 seconds. He put him down. Some people say, and I also saw it, that he should have put him down more gently. But others argue, and that is a very legitimate argument, when there are people fighting around you, that's the worst time to try to put someone to rock somebody to sleep and make sure that the person doesn't hit
well,
his heads, especially since the person was the one who initiated the fight.
yeah, I agree with you on that because well, he could have rocked them differently as well. Rock them to sleep that way. But you don't know who's with him, right? His friends. If you're trying to put him softly down like a baby, his friends might come out of nowhere and try to kick your head. Now
Yeah,
you're laying down next to
yeah,
him.
yeah, definitely.
So you gotta protect. It's proportionate. I think that's the right word in this case. I mean, in the situation where there is a huge fight going out, and people are trying to fight each other. You don't know who's who. You don't know what is what. You choke them out. Basically, neutralize the threat. Put them down as good as you can. No, don't forget, man. This guy is tall, so I mean, try to
Yes,
put down
yeah,
a
yeah,
try to put down a tall guy. That's not easy as well.
yeah.
Shouldn't
And
have. Yeah.
what also helps is that that the other guy was a fighter as well, maybe an amateur fighter, but a fighter as well.
Really,
Yeah, yeah,
really.
yeah,
Should have stayed at home, Rodney.
yeah.
Rodney,
Yeah,
choose your fight, man.
and just to be clear, he fought against, again, Nate Diaz. You know who Nate Diaz is? If
Hey,
you
people
don't know,
avoid Nate out of the ring.
Nate Diaz was the guy that choked out Conor McGregor. So his choke game is strong. This guy is a savage, and trust me, go look at that fight. Go look at that fight.
Oh my
Go
god.
look at the McGregor versus Nate Diaz fight, and Conor McGregor is an elite fighter as well. We're not talking about scrub. We're talking about an elite fighter.
Oh man.
By the way, that explains the text message that McGregor sent as well. But of course, you're gonna trust me. Go look at Conor. Go look at the Conor McGregor versus Nate fight, and that's of check out the fight of UFC number 279, because I think they went. I don't know. I think they did a rematch or other matches. I'm not sure about that. But see how Connor walked out that fight, and see how this dude got out the fight. Peterson. Peterson got out safely.